Hey y'all, it's your girl Jimmy and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, this is the last official recap. The peak is almost closed for the season, but I still have a lot of shit to talk. You know I always have a lot of thoughts, so make sure you have a lot of wine.
She got that full cup.
Y'all are probably wondering why this is the last recap because next week is the finale. So here's what's up. We have something special planned. I'm not going to talk about it, but just know you will be getting all of my final thoughts on this season. This is the last official recap, but something special is coming. I promise you that. So let's dive right into it. Wait, before we can get into it, I think we need to touch very briefly on last week's recap. Y'all know what I like to say. I don't make the news, I just report it. And I reported the news that Mag and Ryan are frauds to all of you. And Stan Twitter does what they do best, and y'all investigated the hell out of Magdalena and the cuffing season. I would just like to report that her Instagram and her business Instagram is down. So cheers to y'all for uncovering the frauds. I just provided the tea, y'all did the work. I work hard, but Stan Twitter works harder. So cheers to all of you. Now let's get into this week's recap. Wait, okay. Correction, cuffing season is still up and running, and she's just deleting the authentic comments. And I've spoken to multiple people that says that they have been blocked by just telling the truth. Y'all literally went through every single item on cuffing season's website and found where it was originally from. Like I said, y'all work hard, and I am very impressed by y'all's investigation. But that's enough with the frauds. Let's get to the serious stuff. This episode starts with LaDemi doing a chalet-wide apology tour. And then let's flash to Tierney and Imari on their little mini date. Imari decides to run her a little bubble bath. She had the whole face mask, she had the red wine, and she had the cucumbers over her eyes. Tierney, you're not supposed to eat the cucumbers. It's part of the face mask. But honestly, I can't even talk about her for that because I love cucumbers so much. I would have eaten them as well. But I thought that was an adorable moment between Imari and Tierney. I preached it last week. I'm preaching it this week. I am team Tierney and Imari. I know what happens. I'm not going to tell y'all what happens. Tierney did tweet something very interesting last night, so I will share that. She basically mentioned that she misses Imari, and seeing this footage is bringing up feelings and thoughts. So I gave her my advice on Twitter, and I'll give it here again. Tierney, go get your man back. I am team Imari. We will speak more about that when the season finale airs next week. There are no more ice ceremonies, but there are still exes to be picked up from the peak. Sorry, I was just thinking about Todd this episode and everything we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about the peak first, but just know the Todd thoughts are in my head. Todd, Allie, and Sam head to the peak. Sam's like, it. All my exes are hot. Let one of them come in. Todd literally is so consumed with Marlon, he hasn't even thought about the fact that he can possibly have an ex come. And then there's little Allie. She just got rid of an ex. Her and Niall are attempting to ride those horses that they went on their date into the sunset, but that's not how this show works. So if I was a betting woman, I would bet that Allie would be the one coming back with an ex from the peak. I'm in fact a betting woman. Spoiler alert, Allie has an ex, Cameron, another kid from Temptation Island. Yo, these Temptation Island kids, anyone that's not familiar with the show, you know, the couples go, they get separated, and then a bunch of singles move in the house. The singles don't get a lot of camera time, but apparently they do a lot of hooking up once the show stops. So Allie not only met Carlos on Temptation Island, she also met Cameron. It's just very incestful. Is that a word? Incestual. Please do not ask me to spell that. It's hot tub time. Cameron and Allie get in the hot tub, and she tells him that she's with Niall and that she's met someone, and Cameron, being the alpha male that he is, has no concerns. He's here to get Allie back, and that's his plan. And then I whoop-de-woo, they kissed. And you know what, Allie? I told you this on Twitter. I text you this, and I'm doing it now. Little bitch, you did not tell me about that kiss. Allie, I thought you told me everything. You out here kissing Cameron and not telling me? But in Allie's defense, she did tell the only person that really mattered, Niall, when she got back to the house. But next time, tell me, sis. Also, I got some information about you, but we're going to talk about that very soon. Cameron is a very attractive Captain America, down for anything type of bro. He's like the type of person you want to party with off camera. And he arrives to the chalet, and we make it very clear in this house we stand Niall. And Tierney asked Cameron, are you going to respect Niall and Allie's relationship? And Cameron said, what relationship? And y'all, when I tell y'all I almost spit out my wine, Cameron was so serious. He literally was like, Allie's told me about Niall in the hot tub. Their relationship sounds real elementary school, and I'm not concerned. A lot of you are probably thinking, well, Cameron, you got played because Allie, by the end of the episode, makes it very clear to Cameron that she is picking Niall. She's team Niall. She's riding with Niall, despite that little fort date that Cameron set up for her. Oh, should we talk about that date? Y'all know what I say. Keep it real, because I always keep the receipts. And I, in fact, have some receipts. Y'all know when I bring out the phone, it's getting serious up in here. Y'all know Allie is my girl, but I owe y'all the truth. This is what I do these recaps for. So it is tea time, and let's get straight to business. So Allie apparently straight up told Cameron she was ending it with Niall and was choosing him. So that's why Cameron got cocky. You know, in the interviews, the confessionals, we see Cameron getting a little cocky, and everyone's probably like, why is this man getting cocky? That is apparently why, because him and Allie were having those conversations that no one in the house knew about. He said her and I cuddle and make out before everyone gets ready for the party. You know, in the little tent, when he set up the little tent, then. We didn't see that footage. I'm just reporting the news like I do. And then he goes, we walk downstairs, and bam, she chooses Niall. Again, Allie, you can't be making out with Cameron and not telling me. I'm just telling you what Cameron said to me. He said that they did make out, that Allie was saying one thing to him, telling Niall another thing. It sounds very similar to the Carlos situation. It's like deja vu for all of us. But at the end of the day, here's how I feel about it. I like Cameron a lot. But I knew that Allie was infatuated with Niall. I knew that what her and Niall had was very authentic and real. So I knew where her head was the whole time. I knew where her heart was. I knew what she was going to do. So Allie, cheers to you, because you played the game, but you stayed true to yourself. I probably would have made out with my ex in the tent too. It's a judge-free zone. I just wanted y'all to know where Cameron's cockiness and attitude was coming from, because this entire episode, he seemed very confident that he was going to get Allie back, and Allie was kind of feeding him that confidence according to him. I didn't reach out to Allie, but I will, and I will let y'all know what she says. Allie, you know where to find me. Love you. It's Fire Week, which means there is a date. And I've already been accused of it on Twitter, so I will own up to it. Yes, I am the one that set up this date. I wanted Marlon to win the date because I knew that he was going to pick Lademi over Todd, and I knew that it would cause the most drama in the house. And let's be real, we're getting toward the end of the season. I wanted to get all the drama out before it was time to pack and leave the chalet. Anybody else winning that date would not have been drama. Marlon winning that date was going to be drama. Your girl got Marlon the date, and he picks Lademi. And Todd is pissed. Cue the Todd, like, sad montage that all of you loved. It was hilarious. I mean, I wish I looked that hot when I was that sad. So cheers to Todd for being beautiful even when he's miserable. Todd really thought Marlon was going to pick him. I knew that Marlon was going to pick Lademi. I told Lademi, like, make sure that, you know, you get your friends to vote for Marlon because he's going to pick you. I'm going to get my friends to vote for him. Lademi trusted me on that. And bam, Lademi and Marlon get to go on the date. I thought that their date was beautiful. I seen a lot of backlash. Again, I see everything from about Lademi, because y'all like, Lademi needs to tell men about her story. Lademi needs to tell men about her story. And guess what Lademi did on her date? She told Marlon about her story. She did it in the right opportunity when she's one-on-one, feeling someone, and it might take it to the next level. I think the way that Lademi handled that was just an ode to anyone going through that situation. That was beautiful how she did it. When she was ready, it was a safe space, and when she knew that the relationship was progressing. So Marlon and Lademi come back from their date, and production, obviously, because y'all always ask me, like, how are y'all always sitting there when people come back from the dates? Production's always like, hey, they're headed back, let's gather around, because they need that shot. You know what? I'm not for this, and I'm going to drag myself for a minute, because this was some behavior on my behalf. I literally ran and sat right next to Todd when production was like, all right, Marlon and Lademi are back from the date. Everyone get in the living room so they can come talk about it. My little petty ass went and sat right next to Todd. That was trifling. I literally just sent his boo on a date with someone else, and then I wanted to sit next to him because I knew that he was going to be mad. I knew that he was going to be talking shit, and I wanted to hear everything. Yeah, that was petty. I own up to it. I'm not but you already know that. They talk about how they just had a magical experience on a yacht, and Todd is pissed. I don't blame Todd. I understand Todd's emotions. But my whole thing, and I said this with Tierney, and I'm going to say it with Todd because I keep the same energy always. The moment you pick someone else for a date is the moment I'm done with you. There's no more explanations needed. We get very little time out of this house, and if you want to spend that time with someone else, that is my answer. The moment you made your decision on who you took on the date is the moment I have my answer. We have nothing else to discuss. But everyone doesn't think like me. And Todd and Marlon get into a fight, y'all. And y'all saw all of us run down. Like, it went on for a minute. And then, like, the whole house got involved because Marlon heard all of us up there. It was a lot. I don't think anything that Todd said was wrong. I don't think anything Marlon said was wrong. I see both sides. I just don't relate to either. Because if I was in Todd's shoes, I would have been done with Marlon. If I was in Marlon's shoes, I would have been like, I picked someone else for the date. That's your answer. I was entertained, so I got what I wanted from the whole situation, and curious to know what y'all think about the Todd and Marlon fight. It's our last party, and who better to throw the party than Georgia? This was probably one of the most fun parties because we had the photo booth. Also production, I would like some of those photos, so slide into my DMs with those. Did I not tell you on last recap that this episode was gonna feel like an episode of You from Netflix? Was that my exact words? I think it was. I do not lie. Everything I say is always true. And bada bing, bada bam, Trenton, you know what? I was gonna be nice to him. Last week was gonna be the extent of me like really going in on Trenton. But Trenton, you're sliding into fans' DMs saying about me. You don't think it's gonna get back to me? So Trenton, now I'm gonna have to talk about you. It's what you deserve. Let's talk about Trenton and his weird ass behavior. Beginning of the episode, there's the little clip, the little scene, whatever you want to call it. Trenton is wrestling with the door, and Sam makes the comment like, all this little one does is like try to tackle a door. It's very weird. Tierney makes a comment. I make some eye faces. It's just very obvious eye faces. What the is that?
Can you show us what an eye face is?
I mean, I'm just like, it's just my ugly faces. Like, I'm the type of person, if I'm talking about you in my head, it's written all over my face. And y'all saw me talking about Trenton in my head in that clip. He's a weirdo. And we all love Adore, so we were trying to accept Trenton. And I will say this, Trenton actually is funny. He would make some funny-ass, shady-ass comments, but you, Trenton, so I'm not even going to talk about that. That whole scene with him and Adore and Tyler, what the do not come for Tyler. In this house, we stand Tyler. And then as soon as he's done disrespecting Tyler, he gets disrespectful with Tierney. Like, why are you coming for Tierney right now? She literally asked Adore something like, hey, do you want some red wine? And Trenton wants to pop off on tea. No, 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 no. This is not what we about to do, Trenton. You see him go into the little bathroom and punch the wall. I will say there was no hole in the wall, so he didn't punch it as hard as Callum punched the wall a few episodes ago. So Trenton, you might need to work on that hook. When we wake up the next morning, he is gone. What I was told the next day from multiple sources, and what I am known to happen, is after everyone went to sleep, Trenton had an encounter or a situation with a cameraman. The cameraman was, doing his job in filming. The cameraman and Trenton actually bumped into each other. Trenton accused the cameraman of hitting him with the camera. This is why you don't cast a superfan on a show. Trenton was not mentally stable enough to be in this house. There, I'll say it. I literally have no words because I've never been in a house where like someone has had this type of altercation with a camera guy. Like everyone usually loves the production, the cameraman. Like it just was a very weird situation. I think, keyword here, production convinced Trenton to leave because they knew that he was a liability, and it's easier to get rid of liabilities than to deal with them. And it was, I think, the right decision. A door is way better without someone like Trenton. Team Tyler over here. So Trenton leaves. Oh, wait, did I forget the hot tub scene? I think that's how we should end it. Marlon getting in the hot tub with his socks on was the most disturbing part of the episode to me. The question is asked by Cam, stirring the pot, to Marlon, who's the two people in the house that he would have a threesome with? Todd is sitting like beside him, and Lademi's kind of sitting across from him. Those are the two people he's kind of pursuing. Any normal, rational person would have been like, oh, Lademi and Todd. Because if you say both of their names, neither one of them can get mad. It's already obvious to everyone in the house that you were pursuing Lademi and have a history with Todd. This ass in front of Todd and in front of Lademi says Georgia and Paris. Marlon, you're the type of person who always shoots yourself in the foot. You bring this upon yourself. And you brought this upon yourself. Lademi is not the type of bitch to take shit laying down. Her words, not mine. If you play me, I'm gonna play you harder. Something like that. So what does Lademi do? She immediately turns to Sam and makes out with Sam. And a whoop-de-whoop. Then Marlon wants to get big mad and get out of the hot tub. It's like, honey, you created this storm. Now sit through it. Flash forward, him and Lademi have a big ass, long ass, never ending ass fight. And then Todd, after the fight, and Marlon said it best, the whole house heard this fight. Todd's gonna be like, Marlon, what happened? What's going on? It's like, Todd, you heard the whole fight. Why are you trying to scoop in now that you think he's done with Lademi? And let's remember, he didn't pick you for the date or for the threesome. He's basically telling you he does not want you, but you are not catching a hint. Todd's the new tyranny, thirsty. I'm pretty sure that Marlon slept in the bed with Lademi that night. I don't really remember everything. It starts getting fuzzy because, champagne is endless. With that being said, that's the episode. The finale is next week, and I do feel the need to speak on a small part of the preview because y'all have been all in my Instagram DMs looking at you, Jay Challenge, with your annoying ass. Y'all are mad because in the preview, there is a Tierney and Nicole altercation, and you see me pull Nicole. And you know what? I thought I was taking out the trash. A lot of you are like, I should have let them fight. Maybe they did fight, but my whole mindset, just from seeing that clip, if I put myself back in that mindset, I know why I did that, and I'm not going to tell y'all. Y'all just have to watch the episode, and then maybe you'll agree with me. I will say next week should be a good episode. The lie detector, the final little talk with Romeo. This is the last recap. You're not going to see me in a robe anymore. The Peak of Love, X on the Peak, X on the Beach, whatever the name of this show is. Recaps are officially over. Like I said, because there is one final episode, the finale, we are going to do something a little special. So with that being said, it's Twitter time, baby. So are we really going to sit here and act like the producers didn't send Trenton home because he was scaring the shit? Like, he was on some crazy shit. And then the reason I love this tweet so much is it's a gif of Davon from Big Brother. And Davon's Big Brother gifts are the best gifts. Stage 5 clinger alert. Beware of the fanboy chasing one of the stars of the show. That cracks me up. I'm crackling. Just Jim just sprinted to the drama like Usain Bolt. I'm always going to be the first one on the scene for the drama. Then a little, is that his name? Usain? Did I say that correctly? Shout out him. I think he's cute. And then one more tweet. Can we just agree that Black Zeus Fit dates beautiful people? Hot damn. He's got the king, Todd, and the queen, La Demi of the house. Annie dated just Jim, who, to put it simply, is a god. I like that. Y'all, this is this week's recap. I've had so much fun sitting on my couch talking drinking wine with y'all. And I think if you learned anything from watching these videos, you better keep it real because I always keep the receipts. Cheers, y'all.